Hello everyone, this is Sheba Joy. Welcome to Zion Shekinah Official. Zion is God's dwelling place and Shekinah is God's glory. Today we're going to look into Psalm 35 and it has 28 verses. And also, this is also one of my favorite verses, favorite Psalms. And so I'm going to read it from NIV version. Contend, Lord, with those who contend with me. Fight against those who fight against me. Take up shield and armor. Arise and come to my aid. Brandish spear and javelin against those who pursue me. Say to me, I am your salvation. May those who seek my life be disgraced and be put to shame. May those who plot my ruin be turned back in dismay. May they be like chaff before the wind, with the angel of the Lord driving them away. May their path be dark and slippery, with the angel of the Lord pursuing them. Since they hid their net for me without cause, and without cause dug a pit for me, may ruin overtake them by surprise. May the net they hid entangle them. May they fall into the pit, so they fall into the pit to their ruin. Then my soul will rejoice in the Lord and delight in his salvation. My whole being will exclaim, Who is like you, Lord? You rescue the poor from those too strong for them, the poor and needy from those who rob them. Ruthless witnesses come forward. They question me on things I know nothing about. They repay me evil for good and leave me like one bereaved. Yet when they were ill, I put on a sackcloth and humbled myself with fasting. When my praise returned to me unanswered, I went about mourning, as though for my friend or brother. I bowed my head in grief, as though weeping for my mother. But when I stumbled, they gathered in glee. Assailants gathered against me without my knowledge. They slandered me without ceasing. Like the ungodly, they maliciously mocked. They gnashed their teeth at me. How long, Lord, will you look on? Rescue me from their ravages, my precious life from these lions. I will give you thanks in the great assembly. Among the throngs I will praise you. Do not let those gloat over me who are my enemies without cause. Do not let those who hate me without reason maliciously wink the eye. They do not speak peaceably, but devise false accusations against those who live quietly in the land. They sneer at me and say, Aha, aha, with our own eyes we have seen it. Lord, you have seen this. Do not be silent. Do not be far from me, Lord. Awake and rise to my defense. Contend for me, my God and Lord. Vindicate me in your righteousness, Lord my God. Do not let them gloat over me. Do not let them think, aha, just what we wanted, or say, we have swallowed him up. May all who gloat over my distress be put to shame and confusion. May all who exalt themselves over me be clothed with shame and disgrace. May those who delight in my vindication shout for joy and gladness. May they always say, the Lord be exalted, who delights in the well-being of his servant. My tongue will proclaim your righteousness, your praises all day long. May the Lord bless this word, and thank you for listening. It actually, this psalm, I'd like to say a few things. This psalm has actually happened in my life in 2019 when these people came and attacked me, Sarah and her partner Janus. When they came and attacked me and my daughter being alone in the house along with my mother, for though they had property on written on their name, half of it, they still came and attacked us. Till today I don't understand why. So this psalm actually has happened in my life, and it is also a psalm which talks about like the present and the future. So that also is happening in my life. Like he's not only taking care of us, but he's also bringing destruction on the enemies. Outwardly they might be very good. Outwardly they might pose as if they are good. Their health is good. They have wealth. They have riches from like ill-gotten means and all that. But suddenly, and not suddenly, it will be gone. And also God is going to, strike such people, strike such wicked people, and slowly, actually, their demeaning in their strength, in their wealth, in their wicked assignments, plans. Everything is being destroyed slowly. So this psalm is very close to me because I can relate so much from this psalm. It has talked to me. These verses have actually happened to me in the past. They're happening to me now, and they also talk about my hope in the Lord in the future too. So I am very thankful to God, because what David went through, most of us also can relate to what King David went through, and then how he, being a king, suffered. And then when we are a common people, it's a lot more severe, lot more, you know, uh, lot more bad, because there's no one to like support me or do anything. But one thing has never changed. Just as how God supported David, just as how God supported King David, just as how God was with King David, he's also there with me, because he's no respecter of persons. That's one thing. And second thing is, when we are right in the Lord, when we do the right things, when we say the right things, when we want to do the right things, when we're doing the right things, God himself does the right by us, and then he makes every wrong right, and also he makes all the wrong people be destroyed, all the wicked people be destroyed, because that's his nature, right? His nature is to take care of the right people, to take care of the righteous people, so that his name will not be ashamed. In one of the psalms when we read earlier, it says that God will not put the righteous people to shame. Why? Because he's showing his power, he's showing his righteousness to us by saving us, by protecting us, by taking care of all our uh, mm, things from the wicked people, right? So it looks like the wicked is flourishing for some time. The Bible says so. The Bible says that the wicked are flourishing, but suddenly it will be destroyed. Suddenly they will be gone. Suddenly they will not be anymore. For that, and then those things will happen, because I have seen them happening, and most of us who are in the Lord have seen their wicked people being destroyed. Those things happen. Why? Because he's a God who is a God of justice and also God of judgment. He's a just God, he says. So we have seen that, and we have seen how he came through the lives of many people, not just King David but many others, to rescue them. But why? Because they waited on the Lord. And then and another thing came just to my mind, like, if a wicked person will not wait on the Lord, but if he even puts a drama there to say that he is waiting on the Lord will not answer. Why? Because it says in the Bible that he will spew them out of his mouth, and also he will punish them, and he knows. See, God cannot be cheated as how men are cheated. He doesn't have the same mind as ours, and we don't have the same mind as his, but we try to imitate God. We try to take the mind of God in a way that we try to do what he wants us to do. So when all these things are happening, my just little message here is that take heart, like, be strong, be brave. Why? Because the devil is like a roaring lion, and so what? We have a Lion of Judah to save us, right? The devil's power is a limited power, but God's power is enormous. It's infinity. He's all powerful. He's all powerful over every beast, every animal, every witchcraft, every wicked person, everything over the earth. So ultimately, who's the winner? God. And those who rest in God are the winners. So that is what I want to talk about. And it's really inspiring psalm that I find. In fact, all the psalms are very beautiful, but this one is kind of like close, because I've seen these things happen to me in my life, and are happening, all the good things. So once again, may the Lord bless this word, and thank you so much for listening. Thank you.